Hi and welcome to another edition of OnSide SA. In Budge and I are, and of course our international pundit Stevie B are going to take you through what's happening in the world. It's an international break this weekend, but obviously we have to talk about last one standing. And Budge, we got a winner, the postman.
The postman, Lance Whiteford, sneaked in on Arsenal.
Yeah, well done to him. He's a good guy and he's come away with a win. The other guys all had teams starting with a B.
Yeah, shame. Paul Brighton and who was
it?
Brentford.
Yeah. Brighton went. They took them out. So stiff to the guys. And Clint Heap, I feel for him again. He's beaten on the last ball again.
Yeah.
He always gets to the final, doesn't he? Dick Goss, Gavin Lane, Pierre de Ferk, Jeremy Fleming and Darren Fox. Good young men.
Yeah.
Well done to all of you. Bad luck. Lance Whiteford, the postman always delivers. Well done to Lance Whiteford. Now, interestingly enough, we started the new one. And Budge, if Arsenal hadn't won, there'd be 19 left out of 600.
19 from over 600, yeah.
What is amazing is that Arsenal should have won. They had a penalty saved and whatever. But, gee, myself and Lawrence Werners would have been controlling the game because we went for...
There's a few lurkers still around, Paul, without Arsenal, but still, you would have been...
Just to touch on the red right now, Chelsea took 229, Brentford 108, Brighton 76, Liverpool 14, Leicester 13, Tottenham 9, 2. Wolves 8, Leeds 1, Newcastle 1. The guys that went through, 139 went through on Arsenal, Man City 12, Crystal Palace 6, and Norwich City. Now,
well, that's the second best pick we've ever had.
Who could pick Norwich City?
Well, it must have been your former classmate, Mally Sewell.
Mally Sewell, the goalkeeper, the drummer.
Yep.
He must be on magic mushrooms to pick Norwich City.
Oh, Paul,
they've lost the boss, haven't they?
Yeah.
Just probably moving on. Okay, but what I find is very interesting, Budge, is how women are getting involved so much more. Now, in a couple of these cases, 34 entered.
Yeah.
That's very good. A lot of them went through, Budge. A lot of these ladies, I'm not going to read them all out. I just look for Catherine Armstrong, the ones that have won it. Renee Roos, did she go through?
Yeah.
She's always up there. And there's another one that I see always goes through.
Milan Laveau.
One of the Milan Laveau, Roussos.
Yeah.
These are people that go through. But that's 34. But the tragedy, Budge, for me is that a lot of these guys, husbands are coming in. And the husbands are going out.
Well, there's a couple that went out. I won't mention their names.
Mention their names, but this is a friendly show.
Well, our super sub, Gavin Radford went out. His wife Tanya went through. Colours is always first out.
Yeah, always.
Whitehead and Carol always goes through. So I'll leave the rest.
Just talking about my international boys who come in. Derek Ramsey, again, the Everton boy, out first round. He can't get past the first round. It used to be the CEO's problem, the TKO. He can't get past it. What is it?
I think since he's gone to living in Wales, there must be something wrong. I don't know.
But everyone sings in Wales, so he's probably singing, but he's not. He's going to sing for his supper. Every time, first round. Derek Ramsey, go back to Wales, out first round. Is there anybody else that jumps out at you, Budge?
Paul, Lionel Isaacs was the man. He had 3 different picks, and he went through on all 3. Not the guys that all went for Arsenal, a couple of picks.
Yes.
Couldn't give them any glory.
Sewell,
but
Norwich.
Mally Sewell deserved MVP of the week, Mally Sewell.
Lionel Isaacs, eh?
Yeah.
3 for 3. What a start. And I'm so pleased that the women are getting involved. Now up to 34.
Paul, they're more competitive than the men.
Than you think, you know. And Al, the bragging rights, sure. I'm not going to let my wife get involved in this. Thank God she supports Spurs with me. But that is very interesting. I'm very pleased. And there's a prize for the ladies, isn't there?
Yeah, Sector Apparel, they sponsor 1,000 Rand gift voucher.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. So, well done to Mally Sewell, well done to Lionel Isaacs, and now, well done to Stevie B. Steve, are you about?
I'm here, good morning.
Morning, Steve. We're not going to talk cricket, Budge and I agreed.
And we won't talk last one standing either. So,
you're gone.
Steve, unfortunately, was on Chelsea.
Steve's part of...
out first round.
Yeah.
Steve, you're part of my international boys.
Yeah.
Derek, Charlie, Stevie B. Only one Mark Abood, the Egyptian cross-dresser. The only one to go through. He stayed in, eh?
Steve, talking about...
Before we move on. Your brother staying?
Yeah, he's on Arsenal.
All right, let's go, Budge.
Steve, talking of staying in, there's a couple of managers that obviously didn't. Dean Smith, Daniel Farke. Now, Steven Gerrard is rumoured to be the main man going to Aston Villa. What's the latest?
It's my understanding was he met with some of the representatives of Villa last night, and I get the impression that obviously if they agree terms, that he will leave Rangers and join Aston Villa. The chief executive at Villa, Christian Purslow, used to be the chief executive at Liverpool. He knows Steve Gerrard. I think it's a good move for him. He's probably gone as far as he can at Rangers. He's won the league for them. There isn't much more that you can do. So, other than more of the same. So I think it will be a big challenge for him. But I think he's acquitted himself very well. You see him being interviewed. He's got quite a sort of assured way about him. So, I think that's a good appointment.
Stevie, I just saw on Sky News this morning for the Norwich job. Lampard, Smith, and there was another.
John Terry, maybe?
No.
I'd be very surprised if John Terry. I mean, he's got
he wasn't one of them.
Manager. I mean, look, it depends how. I mean, that's a challenge, and I know they won last week and they played well at Brentford, but ultimately, I think anybody being there to keep them up, I think would be a very difficult job. Dean Smith might, may well be the right sort of person. Again, it depends how keen that Frank Lampard is to get back into management straight away. Obviously, if he goes to Norwich, I don't think he'll keep them up. But if he gets them up, then it'll probably help his credentials again. So, I think in a way, a lot of people were surprised, and a lot of Norwich fans are very disappointed that they sacked Bart, because they've stuck with him before. He's taken them up twice. I don't know what they expected Norwich to do this year. They sold their best player, Buendia. Yeah. So, I thought expectations would have been realistic, but the board obviously decided that before the Brentford game they'd made their mind up. So you feel. I saw him being interviewed after the game, and he was quite passionate about the fact that they'd won and they would still give it a go. And then a couple of hours later, it was announced that he'd gone.
Yeah. Eddie Howe at Newcastle, Steve.
Yeah, I think that's that rumour was quite strong at an early stage. I mean, it's interesting because he knows a number of the Newcastle players, because they all went from Bournemouth. Callum Wilson, Ritchie, and Mason. So Fraser. So it's not a big name necessarily, but maybe they feel he's the sort of manager that can get them playing.
Keep them up.
He's taken some of his backroom staff that he had before, which was the sticking point when he was on the Celtic job. So he's got a big job there. I mean, expectations are enormous, and I think the first thing he has to do is to steady the ship really and convert some of those draws into wins, because otherwise he could find himself stay in the bottom three certainly by Christmas.
Yeah, they'll be in the bottom three by Christmas.
Just if I can come in there, I think. It might not just be an interim manager, because obviously if he keeps them up, he'll get an extension, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be the big problem, keeping them up. Cause,
will Ole get an extension? Because when I say an extension, I read in the soccer reports that there's a bit of a player revolt coming, and Ronaldo's with the players.
I think he has been the problem, Ronaldo. But how long do you think Ole's got left, Steve?
Well, I mean, all the pundits here seem to think it's not a question of if, it's just when.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, they didn't have that sort of knee-jerk reaction as other clubs have done and get rid of him for the international break. I think that they'll probably want to have somebody in the wings ready. There's a lot of talk about Brendan Rodgers, but he doesn't really want to leave Leicester too early. But I think if they came after Brendan Rodgers in the summer, I'm sure he'd jump ship, because obviously United's a plum job.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job, but it's a plum job for the managers. So I think, look, obviously if they lose at Villarreal, and if they go out of the Champions League, then this season is almost done by Christmas. So it's a tricky one. I think some of the players obviously do want to support him, but the way they played against City was probably as bad, if not worse, than they did against Liverpool. I mean, they completely devoid of idea in the second half. Didn't get a shot on target. It was embarrassing to watch, really.
Yeah, it was. I just think the players have got to take some responsibility too. Some of them have been absolutely woeful. And when I listen to Roy Keane say, I wouldn't like to travel in the bus with some of these players, let alone playing on the pitch with these guys behind me. But I agree, his time's definitely up. I just got a funny feeling Pochettino's the guy they want. But I don't see PSG offloading him just yet. And I listen to ESPN, I like Steve Nicol, and he said he's not impressed with Rodgers at all. He had a big job at Liverpool and didn't do a great job. They should have won the league.
He ran second.
But they should have won the league with that team. But anyway, let's see what happens. Steve, League One, we need your help this particular weekend. Obviously, there's no English Premiership Championship. Burton Albion, Charlton.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, I mean, Charlton started the season really, really badly and have fired sort of Nigel Atkins. Burton started well, but they've fallen away.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Charlton have shown a bit of form recently. They won at Sunderland, 4 past Doncaster. I fancy Charlton to go there and get a result.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Ipswich, Oxford United.
Yeah, that'd be a good game. Oxford are doing very well, but Ipswich has scored a lot of goals. And last time out in the league, they had a big 4-1 win at Wycombe Wanderers, who had a chance to go top. I think there'll be goals, but I fancy Ipswich to nick it.
Okay, MK Dons hosting Cambridge United.
Yeah, I think MK Dons should be a little too strong. I mean, I hope they're relatively strong. I think, again, there should be goals, but I think MK Dons will edge that.
All right. Sheffield Wednesday are expected to come back. How do you see them going against Gillingham?
Yeah, I mean, they've drawn too many games, Sheffield Wednesday. That's been their problem, scoring goals. They had a big win in the league last time out, beating Sunderland 3-0. I think they'll be too strong for Gillingham.
Last but not least, Steve, Wickham against Portsmouth.
Yeah, I mean, you fancy Wickham, obviously riding high, and Portsmouth having a bit of a poor run, but you know they're always a tricky team, Portsmouth. But I think Wickham will want to get back into winning form, having lost at home to Ipswich. I think for me it's either Wickham or a draw.
Okie dokie. Steve, not many decent games on the international circuit this weekend, but Scotland travelled to Moldova to keep second place. You see them winning?
Yeah, I think they should. They'll be pretty. I mean, they've been quite relatively strong in the group. I think they'd be very surprised if they didn't go there and get a result. And I think they will secure that second spot.
Yeah, the big game of the weekend's Italy-Switzerland. How do you see that going?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the first game. It was a good game. Switzerland played very well against them. I think Italy will probably just be a little too strong and win the group. Okie
dokie. Austria-Israel. How do you see that one?
Yeah, Israel, gave themselves a bit of a chance to finish a bit higher in the group, but they don't travel at all well. And Austria have been disappointing, but I think Austria should finish on a high their last game.
Yeah, Bosnia Herzegovina against Finland. How do you see that one?
Yeah, I mean that's. The Finns don't travel that well themselves. I've got a feeling, for me, it's possibly a draw or even a Finn away win, but I think it will be close. Okie dokie.
Last but not least, big game for Wales hosting Belarus. You think they'll be too good?
Yeah, I think they will be. I mean, they're expected to win. They've got a result over there. I think that they should be too strong.
Okie dokie. Pressure time again, Steve. I need your best bet and your best value bet, please.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Ipswich Town as my best bet.
Okay.
And I'm fancying my value bet. I'm going to go for Charlton Athletic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just write them down. Repeat them, please.
Ipswich, the Tractor Boys, best bet. And that's my value bet as well, the addicts of Charlton Athletic.
And the value bet?
Charlton. All right, Steve. A lot of teams that are 1 to 25 and that England play tomorrow night, or is it Saturday?
Friday night. They basically just need guaranteed to get through. They need 3 points with it, and then they finish off on Monday with a trip to San Marino, which is always a goal fest for them. So Albania won't be pushovers. They've done very well in the group, and England need to just up the intensity. They didn't play that well against Hungary. They just need to, and they've had a few players that pulled out. Last night, Declan Rice pulled out. They've had a few players pull out, but they need to go for it and finish on a high. I think Albania will have up front the young player who's on loan from Chelsea to Southampton, Brozier, who's been playing well. But I think England should do enough to win that, and then they'll win the group.
Yeah, all right, Steve.
Stevie, as always, thanks ever so much, and it'll be good to get back onto the Premier League again
next week. Steve, all the best. Thanks for your help.
Well, Lovely. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye, Steve. All right, Budge.
Yeah, internationals.
I think we've got to stop barring Steve from doing the best bets and value bets because we get sort of like a booze lord. He goes out every round.
His best bets are good, Paul.
He's very good. Why doesn't he get his best bet linked to the Premier League?
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes, you think that, well, Chelsea, Paul, you'd expect them to win, but unfortunately, it's how it goes. There's always one or two bad results. You just got to hope you're not part and parcel of that.
Never easy, but
no,
never easy. We've seen some howlers since we started this competition.
I know.
Right, what are we on to? Euro qualifiers?
Euro qualifiers, Paul.
Right, have we got anything coming up on the screen?
Yeah,
Budge?
Moldova, Scotland, the first game. Yeah, Paul, Scotland win this, they finish second. So a big game for them. I think they'll win easy. 1 to 4.
Eh?
They're
okay.
18 to 10 to win by more than 1 goal. So that's one of our bets. So that's the way I'm going to go. Paul, I fancy Italy. Remember in the Euros, they beat Switzerland 3-0 at home.
Switzerland second in the group, aren't they?
Yeah. They're level on points, Paul. So it should be a good game. I saw Chiellini pull out this morning, but Italy at home,
good side.
Good team, side. Paul. 6 to 10, good things.
Now Northern Ireland are 5 to 10. They have to win this game.
Paul, they can't qualify anywhere near, even to get the runners-up play. The top 2.
Yeah, but the top 3 are the
No.
best.
It's the top one automatic. The second go into a playoff. Northern Ireland have been woeful.
And run this by me, but if I see the one group's got 6, some groups got 5.
Yes, so the top teams are automatic playoff. There's 10 second runners-up have playoff, home and away, and they go into the World Cup as well.
How many groups are there?
I think there's 10.
So everyone who runs second goes into playoff.
Yeah, they got to play a game. Yeah. So Northern Ireland can't get there.
No, they should.
But they should beat Lithuania, Paul. But you can't trust them. They're not a good team at all.
Austria against.
Paul, I've done my money on Austria the last few rounds. The only problem with this game is they're in Scotland's group. Now the team that can qualify is Israel. Scotland beat Israel, win, they go level on points with them. But if Scotland win, this has no meaning, the game, because they can't finish.
So if you finish second in the group, you're still in the tournament.
You're still in the competition, yeah. I think there's goals in that.
Who are you tipping here? Draw?
Paul, draw, but it all depends. If Scotland win, Israel may just have a go, nothing to play for. So we went goals in that particular game.
Denmark already qualified.
Paul, they won 8, haven't conceded a goal in 8 internationals. Good team, Paul. Must be. They got to the semi-finals against England.
1 to 33.
I can't take that, Paul. Faroe Islands are weak, but
I
can't. That's unfortunately we had to put it in the betting. But 1 to 33.
Fair enough. Who's going to use it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next lot.
Yeah, the next page, Paul, Andorra. It's even worse. They play Poland. Poland are in England's group. If they win and Albania don't, they finish second. You've got to expect them to win, Paul. Andorra will.
England will win?
I think so, Paul. Foden will start. As long as Foden plays, he gets them going. Mason Mount.
Sterling does well for his team. Kane scores there, but they don't score anywhere else.
Paul, I think they'll win easy. Albania.
Easily.
They're hard work, but England will win easily. You're right.
Hungary, 1 to 100.
Paul, San Marino can't win a game, Paul. So you've got to expect Hungary to get a result. 1 to 100 gives it away.
Right. Now, Bosnia hurts against Finland.
I fancy them, Paul. I watched them draw in France. They're not a bad team. Seka and Pjanic. Now, they have to get a result here. And so do Finland, by the way, to try and sneak into second position.
Okay.
At the price, Paul, they might bet of the weekend. Bosnia Herzegovina, 11 to 10.
Saturday 4 o'clock.
Yeah, Saturday 4 o'clock, yeah.
And then Saturday 7 o'clock, Norway against Latvia.
Norway, Latvia, Paul. Norway, I think the second in the group, in Holland's group. Now, they play Holland, the Netherlands.
7.
They got to win, Paul. That's Haaland and co. Good things, but 1 to 7.
All right, here's the last
last set of fixtures, Paul.
1 to 100 Turkey.
Paul, they've got to win. Gibraltar are woeful, so that gives it away. And so are France. France win the qualifier.
1 to 25.
Likewise, Belgium.
1 to 25.
Now Wales, Paul, I watched Wales beat Belarus. They won 3-2 against them away. And when Bale scored a hat-trick. The thing is, if Wales' last game is Belgium away, they're level on points with the Czech Republic.
That's right.
So they've got to win this. Now, goal differences, kids. Goal difference is the key in the points. Points, obviously, then goal difference. So they've got to rattle up a few goals against Belarus.
Yeah.
So they've got to win 1 to 5.
And
Netherlands as well, Paul.
Certainty, 3
to 10.
They top their group.
Yeah.
Okay. AFCON.
Paul, big game tonight for us, yeah.
Which game tonight?
Well, but the 3 o'clock game is Ethiopia play Ghana. That's tonight.
What day?
Today, Thursday.
They're playing today, Ethiopia, Ghana.
Yeah, and then we play.
Zimbabwe.
We play tonight at 9 o'clock. Zimbabwe in Joburg.
9 o'clock, eh?
Yeah, because then if things work, if Ghana don't win and we win, we qualify for the playoffs. If not, we play in Ghana on Sunday, where
Ghana a point behind us. We +4, they +3.
Yeah.
So if we can bang them a few, what's our side looking like?
Well, they should all be there, Paul. You never know what
yeah.
team gets selected, but I think we win tonight. But we need Ghana to drop a point, then we qualify. Because to go to Ghana and expect to avoid defeat won't be easy.
Okay, let's look at the other qualifiers. Budge. Malawi against, and then we got
Gabon versus Libya. Yeah, Gabon are gone. I like Libya, Paul. 27-10, but there should be goals in that, Paul. But very difficult to win away from home in Africa. I like Libya. They second in the group.
6-10
Guinea-Bissau. Yeah, I like Paul. Another game. It's hard to go against Guinea at home, Paul.
Yeah.
But I win goals in that particular game. Now Egypt
certainties.
They should be, Paul, but they keep drifting. I don't know whether they're going to rest Salah or what. I haven't read anything bad, Paul, but Paul, they're a good team.
They're a good team. They pick from Al Ali and the other team.
Zamalek. They've got good players.
Good players.
So
I think they're certainly that's a bet for me.
That's in our CAF, Paul. That's in our CAF.
That's a bet for me. Angola shouldn't be good enough.
No.
But what are those pitches like?
Well, that's the problem. But Angola can't be that bad. It's not like you're playing in the CAR in the middle of the desert. But Morocco, Paul, they've got to get a result. Good team, 1-6. Now Zambia, Mauritania, two teams that can't get through. We went both teams to score in that 13-10. There's some big prices in that there, Paul. Mauritania have been scoring in every game, so we're chancing that. But Zambia,
okay. Sometimes you watch these games, Budge, and you're so disappointed with the pitch.
That's the problem.
Right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, Malawi, Cameroon. Well, Cameroon play Ivory Coast in the last team. Yeah, they've got players, Paul. They should be too good for Malawi. Yeah, Equatorial Guinea, Tunisia. Now, this is second against first. If Equatorial Guinea win it, they go above Tunisia in the group with one to go. I think
so you've got Equatorial Guinea, you've got Guinea,
Tunisia.
And you've got Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's three of them, yeah.
So who do you like?
I like the draw there, Paul. Tunisia don't get beat. They don't concede much.
Okay.
Liberia, Nigeria, well, that's Iheanacho and all those guys. Got a better record away from home. If they win this, they qualify for the playoff stage. So you've got to fancy Nigeria.
Yeah.
Cape Verde, they play on an artificial surface, so we can't blame the pitch. It's actually a blue pitch because their nickname is the Blue Sharks. CAR, Central African Republic. Paul, I don't see the home team getting beat there.
Okay.
And Ivory Coast, Mozambique. Ivory Coast got plenty of good players. Even Bai plays well for them occasionally, so they should win, Paul.
Okay, let's go to your soccer pools.
Yeah, Paul, we kick off, obviously, Saturday, the CAF. I'm going Zambia win and draw at home against Mauritania. I'm bankering Bosnia Herzegovina to beat Finland. I'm going the field in the Burton Albion Charlton Athletic game. Likewise, Ipswich Town, Oxford United. I've thrown the draw in with MK Dons at home against Cambridge United. And I'm bankering Sheffield Wednesday be too good for Gillingham 2-1-6. On to our second soccer six, which is a bit of a licorice all sorts. So I'm going Gurani, win and draw at home against Gabar. I'm banking the Netherlands to be too good for Montenegro, as well as the Welsh to be too good for Belarus. I'm going the field in the Atletico Goianiense Santos game. I've thrown the draw in with Internacional at home against Atletico Paranaense and ending up with the field in the RB Bragantino Fortaleza clash 2-1-6. On to the soccer 10, I'm bankering Bosnia Herzegovina to beat Finland. I'm going Charlton Athletic, win and draw at Burton Albion. I've gone Ipswich Town, win and draw at home against Oxford United. I've banked MK Dons to be too good for Cambridge United. I'm going Leyton Orient to avoid defeat at Rochdale. On to the second page, I'm bankering Sheffield Wednesday to beat Gillingham. Mansfield Town to avoid defeat at Stevenage. I'm going Tranmere Rovers, win and draw at home against Sutton United. Signing with another home team, Walsall to avoid defeat against Harrogate Town. And I don't see Wickham Wanderers losing at home to Portsmouth, 2-56. On to the soccer 13.
Yeah.
I'm bankering the Netherlands to beat Montenegro, Norway to beat Latvia, Wales to beat Belarus. I'm going the field in the Swedish clash between St. Vikens and IF Karlstad. I think Real Valladolid will be too good for Fuen Labrada. Likewise, Arba to beat Alcorcon. I've gone the field in the Miranda's Huesca game. Our next page, I'm going Las Palmas to avoid defeat at home against Real Zaragoza. I'm bankering Spain to beat Sweden, Greece to beat Kosovo. I've thrown the draw in the big game of the group with Portugal at home against Serbia. I don't see Croatia losing at home to Russia. And likewise, North Macedonia win and draw against Iceland, 288.
All right, Budge's best bet.
Yeah,
These
Paul,
are my
not
favourite sheet.
the easiest to try and find, Paul,
No.
these 1 to 25 shots. So I'm going Bosnia and Herzegovina to beat Finland. I think the Italians will be too good at home for Switzerland. I'm going Scotland to win by more than 1 goal against Moldova. And I'm chancing the Netherlands to beat Montenegro by more than 2 goals, 5,000 to 200. Our CAF treble, I'm going Egypt to beat Angola. Both teams to score in the Zambia, Mauritania, and Sunday's game between Ghana and South Africa. I thought that was a big price, 18 to 10. So I threw it in looking for value, 2,200 to 200. Both teams to score sides, especially in the European qualifiers, are Austria, Israel, Northern Ireland, Lithuania, Wales, Belarus, and North Macedonia, Iceland, 3,500 to 200. Our team goals, I'm going Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Italy to score over 1.5 goals. And I'm going England and Croatia to score over 2.5 goals, 2,000 to 200. Our English League One treble, and this is Stevie B's selection. I'm going Sheffield Wednesday to beat Gillingham. I'm going Ipswich Town to beat Oxford United and both teams to score. And over 2.5 goals in the Burton Albion Charlton Athletic game, 2,500 to 200.
Collis King.
Collis King 6 or next. I'm going Bosnia Herzegovina to beat Finland, Italy to beat Switzerland, Ivory Coast to beat Mozambique, Sheffield Wednesday to beat Gillingham, Arbar to beat Alcorcon, and Real Valladolid to beat Fuenlabrada, 3,400 to 200.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Difficult, Paul.
really
Yeah, so how do you find value 1 to 25, 1 to
That's right.
33?
You're not so many you
So
can pick,
unfortunately, it's tough, Paul.
Yeah, it's tough.
We
But
give it a bash as
it's
normal.
not tough for Lance Whiteford, the postman.
I know he's already got his Cheltenham trip, football games. I know he's
Well done to
Very
him.
well
He
to the
won it,
postman,
and
yeah.
to all of you girls who stayed in, well done. And that's all. Stay on side.